by day 3, I had landed my first gig already. So it was pretty quick. I would 100% recommend the Copy Sharks program. My name is Julietta. I am a journalist, editor, writer, and now a policy officer. I've been working in the public sector for the past 10 years, and now I'm trying to get back into journalism and writing. So I think the biggest challenge I was facing before joining Copy Sharks is that I wasn't quite sure where to start. I had an idea of what I wanted to go. I had a previous experience with the Upwork platform many years ago when it had a completely different name, and I knew the direction I wanted to go in, but I just did not have a clue of how to or where to start, or what tools would I need to do it now, because it had been about 10 years since the last time I was there. So yeah, I just needed guidance, and yeah, that's why I joined Copy Sharks. I think my biggest doubts or my biggest concern was money, paying, like committing to pay so much money for something out of scratch. But I think after thinking like quite a lot about it, I realized that I wasn't going to be able to do it on my own, or if I was, it was going to take me like a really long time, and I was going to have to do a lot of study and research just on my own. So I think investing in kind of like self-development is always the best kind of investment. So yeah, that's what was thing. And the other thing was thinking that I wouldn't have the time to engage with the content and to engage with, the, I'm not going to call it homework, but with putting the work in. But because it's such a convenient format, that wasn't an issue at any point at all. The best moment was when I saw my finished profile on Upwork with like the new picture and the new kind of like the new introduction and all the work that I put in following, Copy Sharks and the conversations with you guys. Kind of like when I saw all of that coming together, it was great, and I was really proud of myself. And it was one of those moments when you kind of like take a step out and say like, "Whoa, this actually looks pretty decent." Yeah, that was a great time. Yeah. The greatest benefit of joining Copy Sharks, or one of the greatest benefits, first of all, has been the fact that I actually do have a profile. The fact that I, you know, got my stuff together and actually did this, and I actually took action, and saw the results of that action. I think that's been a massive benefit that I'm really proud of already. Even before I started applying for gigs, that was a big win. So that on itself is really valuable. And then another benefit is that I think kind of like it eliminated a lot of like self-doubt by giving such a clear system and such a clear kind of like step-by-step guide to follow to apply for gigs. It kind of like eliminates all this like second thinking and doubting yourself and going like, oh, but what if? I think that it makes things much easier. That's another big benefit, especially if you are somebody who tends to doubt myself. Maybe for other people it's different, but for me that was a big benefit. Yeah. Well, it did take me a while to start applying for gigs, because I didn't have the time, or I thought I didn't have enough time to dedicate. As soon as I decided to kind of like sit down and put like an hour, or even in my mind it was like an hour's work each morning before starting work, and I did that, and I started recording in a document. I did that for actually by day 3 I was applying to 2 gigs a day, and that was kind of like less than an hour. By day 3 I had landed my first gig already, so it was pretty quick. I would 100% recommend the Copy Sharks program, because on one hand, as I said, it's kind of like really easy to follow. It's really very much tailored to, you can follow it at your own pace. The content is really engaging. It's really well done. You guys are both Mike and Tom are super available and responsive and supportive. So that's another big bonus as well that we haven't mentioned up until now. So it's the content, but also like the people behind the content that are there. And they're always like at the end of the message. Really supportive, and I think it's a great way to just get started if you think this is the thing you want to do, or if you're considering is just a great starting point. And yeah, I think it has a lot of potential to help along the way.